Good day guys, Victifreak here and welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today, we'll be drawing Tapu Fini, the guardian deity of Pony Island from Pokemon Sun and Moon. The Tapu that kind of resembles a mermaid inside, kind of like a shell. Alright, so here are the tools that you will need. I will be coloring in Tapu Fini today with color pencils. Of course, doesn't have to be color pencils, you can color it with whatever the hell you like. So, got the usual pencil and eraser, got my normal outliner, and here are the colors. So, for the color pencils, I have a mid-tone purple and a dark purple. I also have a mid-tone blue, more on the lighter side, and a not too darkish dark blue. I also have just a normal gray and black pencil, and finally I have a teal. If you didn't know, teal is just a mix between blue and green. So that's a fairly light color. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get straight into this drawing. I'm gonna get through this lightning fast. Alright, so I think we'll just start off by maybe making a line through the middle of the page, because that's going to help us a little later on. So we'll just draw a straight line through the middle of the page. Doesn't have to be perfect. So the line that we just drew is going to be the middle of the drawing, and that's going to be around where the neck of Tapu Fini is going to be. And so the shell is fairly large, it's bigger than the bottom shell, that's for sure. And there's also a spike coming out of the tip of it, as well as a fin coming out from the left side. So I think around here we'll draw another line that's going to be separating the two shells. And so around here we'll just draw in the inside of the shell and leave quite a bit of space on the right side, since the arm is going to be coming out from there. So we're going to need a bit of space for that, and leave space for the spike that we have up here. Okay, so the inside of the top shell is pretty thin. Actually, the inside of both shells are, from the perspective we're looking at, it looks pretty narrow. So that's just the inner side of the shell. So we're gonna have the outer shell coming out here. It gets pretty lumpy at the top, so make a fairly big dome up here. Like so. And then we'll have this spike, so that will just come out around here. I'm just hoping that this will all fit on camera. I think it will. Okay, and let's just draw another line for the shell. And this is going to join with the spike, so through the middle of the spike just make another line coming down, and it's gonna join up with this line, and from here just keep drawing the line and follow all the way down, something like that. Alright, and let's also draw in the fin then, so somewhere around maybe here, so near the top. Alright, so that's pretty thick, and it gets slightly thicker as we go towards the left, so keep that in mind. And we're just gonna make some little wavy lines. Alright, and just fix this up a little. We'll make the spike a little thicker on the top line here. And just make a line. Just a line, don't connect it to the little ends here, just a line there. Alright, that looks pretty good. So that's the top shell done, and now we'll do the bottom shell. So it doesn't really show how these shells are connected here on the little corners because the hand is in the way. So we'll just assume what it looks like, and it won't matter anyway because we're gonna draw over with the hand and the hair. It's gonna be kind of covered, so I'm just kind of assuming. So just connect the shell first. So this part is going to be hidden, but it seems to be a little more on the left. So let's say somewhere around here at the end of the shell, we'll just have the outer shell come down again, and the inner shell somewhere around here. And same again on this side, we're kind of just assuming that it's going to be coming out from somewhere around here because the hair is going to be hiding it. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So next I think we'll move on to, I guess we really only have to do the body now. So I mean there's also the pattern on the shell, but we'll do that later. Alright, so let's say, I think we'll just start off with maybe the hair, because that kind of overlaps over the head a little. So we generally want to go with what is at the very front. So we're going to start off from top to bottom. So at the very top, the hair is going to be the uppermost layer. So we're just going to have some flowing hair go down and overlap the shell around here. And we're going to have the hair coming out here. And be sure that there's actually still a bit of the edge of the shell that you can see here. So just this little area. So be sure that you can still see that little bit. Okay, and just gonna draw another line pretty parallel to the hair here. And just don't draw all the way. Just make a little line here again. Alright, and we're not going to finish the hair here because that's going to be hidden, this part anyway is going to be hidden behind the head. So next we'll just move on to the head. So let's say around top, okay, so we have the middle of the line here, I mean middle of the drawing. So this is the line here. This is going to be where the neck is, so that's what I said before, the neck. So so we're not going to go any lower than this line. We're going to stay a little higher, so maybe the lowest we'll get with the chin will be somewhere around here. Alright, and there's just going to be some more hair on the left side as well. Alright, and so make this end of the hair, the left end of the hair, much bigger looking than the right side because obviously perspective, and this side is going to look smaller. Just gonna make this a little bigger, but still smaller than the left side. Alright, and let's see. So now the neck. The neck just comes out around here. And the right side is just gonna go down and keep curving same way. And then we're gonna have the body. So the body is a little more tricky. There's a bit more detail to this side. So it's gonna be like, I don't know, it's like kind of like a donut-ish ring that goes around the, I guess, the shoulders. Yeah, Tapu also has it because I made a drawing tutorial of him a while back, but I think all the Tapus kind of have this ring-ish thing around their arm. So just draw an oval and a little line coming out here. This is where the arm will be coming out. So the arm just comes out somewhere around here. And we're not going to draw the arm just yet. We'll do that a little later. And it's going to be just 2 lines on the ring here. On, well, at least on the left side, any rings that you can see that goes around the ring. Those are the 2 lines. I'm not sure if I made any sense there. Anyway, of course we're going to need this side as well. Alright, I think I'll just make this side a little thicker. So with the shape of these rings, it's kinda specific, so just draw the legs coming out here. So with the shape, it kinda gets a little thicker as we go up. It's a bit of an odd shape, but that is what it looks like, and draw the lines here. And make sure the little hooked line here doesn't actually connect with the lines down here, so it just kind of stops there. Alright, and let's see. So this is the body down here. So the top line here is going to be touching the other ring, but the bottom one will just end at where the body begins, lower body, and there's going to be a little V kind of shape on the chest. Alright, and since the body is facing the right a little, make sure that these lines are curving the same way. So that's going to be the curve kind of, you know, curving out that way to the right. So make sure they're both curving in the same direction because, well, perspective. I don't really have much else to say. Anyway, next we're gonna do the lower body. So we have the body coming out here, and let's see. I think I might have made the hair. I need to make it a little more wavy, so it's gonna curve in more, much more, which means I'll need to fix up the shell a little too. Alright, so the hair will kind of get become hidden by the lower body just a little bit, so just this little part. And so that means that the shell will have to curve much more in order to be hidden by the hair. Actually, this looks much better. Alright, and the hair will come back out from here. And we can kind of see the shell still coming out like this. Alright, that looks better. Now let's see, back to the body then. So coming out somewhere like right underneath the line on the ring here. Just have the body coming out. Alright, and just gonna stop somewhere around here. And on this side, we're going to have some fin-like features coming out. So just on the right side, we'll just have some more wavy shapes. Alright, and a slightly diagonal line is going to come down, and we're curving. Curving, and it's hidden. Alright, so that looks pretty good. And then we're just gonna have, I guess it's kind of like the feet, but I don't know, kind of like it just kind of looks like it's kind of merging with the shell. Kind of looks weird, but just draw what looks like an oval. Alright, So let's see, what did I miss? On the body there is a line, a little patternish shape. So I'm just gonna change this up a little. So just gonna be some diagonal lines, just like that. Alright, and let's see, the hands, of course. So somewhere around here, I'm gonna make some really thin hands, some thin arms, I mean. The hand actually looks pretty big. So the hand is going to be hiding the end or the edge of the shell here, so we don't really know what it actually looks like. We're just kind of assuming that that's what it looked like. So somewhere around here, just make big hand. We'll just rub this out here so we can draw the hand a little easily. And let's see, we're gonna have claw here. The hands, or yeah, it kind of looks like it has what do you call them, like frilled? I don't know, it's like when you have skin between your fingers. That's kind of what it looks like, because you can kind of see like the lines of the fingers here and the skin just in between the fingers. So I think it kind of has like, I don't know what you call it. What do you call it? I know it's in the back of my head somewhere. I just don't remember what you call that. Anyway, so let's see, nails, fairly long sharp nails, and it's only gonna have 3 fingers, and the middle one is gonna be slightly hiding the hair behind it, like that. Alright, that looks pretty good actually. I think we're doing pretty nicely. It's only been 29 minutes. I think we're going good. We've done a lot of progress, going very quickly, so that's always good. And there's gonna be actually just rub out line here, and you can actually see a bit of the edge of the shell here, so this is where it should be, I guess. Just draw 2 lines there. Alright, let's see. Other than the other hand, there's also going to be some little lines here. Let's see. You can see the little lines that have the shells connected. So it's just gonna be a completely horizontal line. See a bit just behind there. And just follow it on here, and there's actually 2 lines, so that's there, and the rest is hidden. Let's see, also a bit of the hair you can see just behind here, and other than that we also have to do the right arm, so we'll just rub out a bit of the lines here, and we'll have the other hand pretty much the same thing as what we did on the left. Alright, so I finished that. I also shortened the hair a little bit, and when you draw in the arm, just make sure that you can kinda imagine the line just continuing on from the neck to the shoulder and straight to the arm. So if you can see that, then that's all good, and the hair is going to be hiding behind the arm on this side, and let's see, shell there. Alright, I think now all we have to do is the face and the pattern on the shell. So I think we'll just do the face then. So first of all, there's going to be kind of like a T shape, except the top line is slightly curved. So that's going to be going down the middle of the face, and it's kind of like a nose at the bottom, except it's a little high. It looks a little odd, but that's what it looks like, I guess. So just like that. This is the nose, and then we'll have to draw in the eyes. So okay, I think we'll just start off with drawing the little kind of like fin almost shape coming out from the top of her eye, because that's going to be slightly hidden by the shell, so that'll help us position the eye a little more easily. And it's just going to be what looks like the eyebrow, and then the eye just comes out of there. Like so, and we're just gonna add 2 lines on the fin-like shapes top of the eyes, and we'll just draw the same thing on the right side and make sure that it's kind of, it looks like it's a little more squished, the right side of the eye, just because it's further away and the head is looking towards the right a little more, so it's gonna look a little thinner. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. So there's no mouth, by the way. There's no mouth on the face. So now we'll just move on to the patterns on the shells. So similar to Tapu Koko's, a lot of triangles, and they all have an outline as well, a fairly thick outline. So there's gonna be 3 triangles here, and kind of like an arrow-ish shape around here. So you get the idea, and there's going to be 2 more triangles on this side. So that's really all I'll be doing, and then we'll be ready to move on to the outlining. Alright, so that's what it looks like. It looks a little complicated, but it shouldn't take too much time, and you know, you could pause right here if you want to just look at the shapes. Alright, so now we're just gonna add in some lines that we just have lines that just follow up the shell. Alright, I think we're ready to start outlining. So everything should be outlined. Yep, everything should be outlined, even the lines that we just drew in, even that will be outlined. And let's see, I'll just rub out the overlapping lines. Alright, so that's it. We're just gonna outline all the lines we have, and let's see. Just remember to not fill in anything with the outliner, not even the eyes. You're gonna be tempted, but just trust me, don't fill in anything, because it'll take much longer for the outliner to dry, and a lot of the times you won't notice that it hasn't dried even after like 10 minutes, and you rub out all the pencil and you go over where you filled in the outline, or filled in with the outliner, and it's gonna smudge. You can't fix that unless you have outliner. I mean, not outliner, unless you have whiteouts, but you won't be able to color in over very easily. It's not gonna look good. So just be sure you're gonna outline after you rub out all the pencil. And so yeah, so be sure to let your outliner dry though once you finish outlining before you rub anything out. So maybe like 5 minutes or so. Ooh, that was close. I accidentally started outlining, but I forgot that you should always rub out all the pencil lightly over everything so that the drawing, or I mean the sketch, isn't too dark and you can easily distinguish what you have already outlined and what you haven't. So it's always good to just lightly rub out all of the darker lines, just a little bit. Okay, finished outlining, so now all I have to do is wait, and I'm feeling a little nibbly, so I'm just gonna have a Tim Tam. Oh my god, so good. If you don't know what a Tim Tam is, you're really missing out. They're so good. If you ever come to Australia, never had a Tim Tam, you really have to try one. Oh. I don't even know why I'm saying this, or why I'm even doing it on camera. Okay, so I finished outlining, I let it dry, and I rubbed out all of the pencil. So now we will just fill in the eyes. Alright, always feels super satisfying to fill in the eyes with the outliner. Alright, so now we can start coloring in. So let's see, what should we start off with? I think we might start off with, let's say, let's start off with the patterns on the shells. So for that, you're going to need the gray and the blue. So that's the mid-tone blue, I think. Yeah. Alright, now and the dark blue for the shaded parts. So we're going to be filling in the gray, with the gray we're going to be filling in the lines, like the outline, the thick outline. So that's just going to be with the gray. And there's going to be some shaded parts like towards the bottom. So around here all of this part will be shaded, and all of the bottom shell is going to be in the shadow, so it's going to be darker obviously. And the triangles here, as well as this little arrow here and these triangles down there, are all white. So of course, again, parts in the shadow, use the gray to just lightly just shade it. And with the blues, that's only going to be the little arrow here, so a little, I'm not really sure what you call it. It's kind of like a heart shape. So just this little area, and there's gonna be a bit of the shaded parts around here as well. So just fill that in there. And you know what? Let's also do the blues then. Since we already have the blues and we're using it, let's do all of the blue while we're at it. So most of the blue is going to be, not really most, I guess like 50-50. It's going to be the mid-tone and the dark. So for example, we're going to be filling in the fin here. So there are going to be shaded parts like underneath the little thing sticking out. I'm not sure what you call it, just so underneath there, at the bottom a bit. We're also using the blue for the hair. So a lot of the hair actually is shaded because it's going to be underneath the shell. So there's going to be some lighter parts on the right edge, as well as most of the end of the hair is going to be light, and same goes for this side, and pretty much same thing applies there. And we're also going to use the dark blue to fill in the little thing on top of the eye, so just this little area. And then there's this little thing here, so this part is pretty much all just the light blue, and it's just gonna be a bit of dark blue just here and there, but not much. So that might be a bit to take in, so there's quite a lot to do, but it's not actually that complicated. So I'll just start off with the patterns, and then I'll do the hair and the fins. Alright, so that's it with the gray, blue, and more blue. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but there's going to be some shadowing on the face, the upper half of the face, and so there's going to be some shaded parts on the T-shaped thing on the nose and a bit of the eyebrows. And so yeah, just use the gray to fill that in, and just a bit on the V, but not, it doesn't really matter, it's like a tiny bit, you probably won't even notice. Yeah, so that seems to be everything. Also, yeah, I forgot to, it's not really I forgot to, I just didn't realize that I didn't fill in the two lines here, the two horizontal lines just behind on the shelf there, so just do that if you haven't already. Yeah, so next I think we'll move on to, let's just do the purple then. So actually no, let's just do the eye first, because there's only a little bit to do. So with the eye, we're gonna grab the mid-tone purple, so that's the mid-tone purple, and the teal color. And with the purple first, we're just gonna make some little triangular shapes with the purple on both sides of each eye, like that. And we'll fill in the rest with the teal, and there's just gonna be a little circle of light at the bottom, so keep just like a circle of white on each eye. Just like that. Alright, so got the eye out of the way, and so the only colors we have left to do is the black and the purple. So, since there's a lot of purple and black to do, we'll just do them like individually. We're not going to do them all at once because there's quite a bit to do here. So we're going to take the mid-tone and dark purple, and I'll just draw in some areas where it's going to be shaded, so that means we're going to be using the dark purple instead of the mid-tone. So that's going to be places like this area, as well as all of the bottom shell, and the inside of the shell there. It's going to be a bit of a line around here, that's shaded there. All of the inside of the shell here, there as well. Don't fill in the lines here, so don't fill in either of them, not even top one. So let's see, there's also of course the inside, and there's just going to be a bit of light just somewhere around here, and the rest will be dark. And let's see, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, there's also the little rings around the arms, so this area, just the upper parts of the ring, is going to be shaded, as well as the lower part. Middle part will be mid-tone, and same goes for the other ring. Also, the nails are all going to be colored in with the mid-tone, except for the middle finger because it's further away. And there's just going to be a bit of shading like here. I'm not sure why there is, but there just is. And that's it. Alright, so that's it with the purple. So now all we have to do is use the black. So with the black, you wanna not press too hard, let's just say, for most of them. With the shaded areas, yeah, you gotta press a little harder to make it darker, but don't go as dark as the outliner. You don't wanna go totally full on black, cause that's not gonna work. It's gonna hide the outline and it's not gonna look as good. So just make sure you don't go too hard on the shaded areas. So shaded areas would include the upper face, the left side of the lower body, as well as most of whatever this thing is. Some areas under the hand, a bit under the rings, whatever they are, the neck. And we're also going to be filling in the edge of the shell, so it's going to be shaded like the lower areas, the lower halves of the shells, anything that would cast a shadow, I guess, really. And of course the two lines at the back there. And then that's pretty much it. So once we finish this, we'll be done. Alright, so that's a wrap for this drawing tutorial. So be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you drew along with me, tell me how did your drawing of Tapu Fini go, and if you would like, you can tweet me your drawing over on my Twitter page. I left the link in the description. And be sure to let me know what Pokemon you would like me to draw in future videos. And this video was sponsored by Tim Tams. Not really, I just really like Tim Tams. Why am I doing this on video? I still have no idea. Delicious. So be sure to subscribe to keep up to date to my future drawing tutorials, and as usual, I will see all of you beautiful people next time.